Today, today our topic is a continuation of yesterday. We are simplifying rational expressions, but today, unlike yesterday, we're only going to do medium to hard level problems. Problem number one, 34c divided by 36d. What do we get? So we tried to get a presenter up, someone from the class, but people were kind of scared. So the next person that comes up is going to be the bravest of the bunch. But in any event, I'm going to show you guys how to do this now using your calculator. So the C and the D don't reduce down at all, and the only thing that can reduce is this right over here, 34 and 36. And lots of people were confused. They said, well, I can't do that in my head. Well, you don't have to. You can use your calculator. Simply just turn your calculator on, type in the numbers that you want to reduce, hit enter. It gives you a random number. Type math, fraction, hit enter, and it reduces it down. So it turns out, in the end, this is just 17c over 18d. Very nice, very nice. Okay.
Okay, so this is Kevin Darden. I'm going to do the problem 9r over 10r. And the answer is, wait, first you have to draw a line here in the middle, put 9 and an r over here, and 10 and an r over here. These two r's cancel out, and then the answer is 9 over 10 because 9 over 10 cannot reduce anything.
Connor's going to try.
Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to write it out into simpler form. So you're going to write 3 over 6, put A on the top, B on the bottom, and then you're going to write out your y's. So it's y, 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 y. You're going to cancel out the y's, and you're left with 3a over 6b. That's a b.
Yep.
That's 6. Oh, I'm not done yet. Okay, and then you reduce down the 3 and the 6, and that's a half. So it's a half A, and then over 2B.
So we agreed the last couple problems were super easy and everybody was getting them. We were having a really good time. And so now we're going to step our game up a notch a little bit. And these problems now, problem number 7 is difficult. So one possible way the problem could be done is that whenever you see something in the numerator in the top that looks like a binomial, one thing you might want to think about is, can I factor it? What's the greatest common factor of 3x plus 6? 3. So we are going to pull it out. And we're going to be left with x plus 2 in parentheses. Because if we distributed this 3 back in here, we'd get 3x plus 6. Okay, over 4. Does anything reduce there? Nothing reduces, so then this is our final answer. So some people had some confusion about the last way that we just presented this problem, and I'm going to show one other way that you could attack the same kind of problem. The only time you're ever allowed to reduce a fraction where stuff is separated by addition or subtraction is if you can reduce the same amount from all the items. Does something evenly divide into both 4, 6, and 3? Besides 1, does anything else go into those numbers, this number, and this one number? Now, 2 is a great suggestion. 2 goes into 4 and 6, but 2 does not evenly divide into 3. Does anything divide into all 3? No, and if that's the case, then the fraction is in simplest form and there is nothing more that you can do except write it over. And the problem's done. Last problem, people had a lot of trouble with the first strategy, the way that we presented it. So we're going to attack this problem using the second strategy because some people seem to think that that was easier. What evenly divides into 6, 8, and 12? Good. How many times does 2 go into 6?
3.
How many times does 2 go into 8?
4.
How many times does 2 go into 12? So the final answer when you reduce a problem like this down is 4y minus 6 over 3. And what do you think? Is that way good?
Yes.
Let's record. Same problem again. I have one last way that I developed that you could attack the same problem with. And it allows you to use your calculator to solve it. What you do is, because both items in the numerator are being divided by 6, you're allowed to break it up into 2 smaller problems. This could be rewritten as 8y over 6 minus 12 over 6. And from here, you're allowed to use your calculator. So 8 over 6, if we use our calculator, which I have, 8 divided by 6, enter, math, fraction, 4, 3, so that's 4y over 3 minus, what's 12 divided by 6? 2. Over 1 if you wanted to. Now you could leave your answer like this. Technically, this is the most simplified form of the problem. If it's multiple choice, you'd have to be able to recognize the multiple choice answer being given. And the multiple choice answer could look like the answer we got right before we did this strategy.